From New Life, weight loss in New Jersey. So I wanted to ask you, it seems like there's this giant rise of caffeinated beverages, 5 hour energies are flying off the shelves. I am definitely one myself. I grab energy drinks in the morning, and it seems like even though I have all those products, everybody's still really tired. You know, we caffeinate up. Coffee is giant. We have, giant coffee monsters. And what's going on? Like, why are we still tired even though we're supplementing with caffeine?
Yeah, usually it's lifestyle choices, but I would say the number one thing that I would try to assess, if that's me and what you described as you, is I would ask myself, how am I sleeping? What kind of sleep am I getting? Again, we've been in the nutrition and weight loss business for quite a while. And one of the things that we found is that when we are interviewing people and they come in and we're trying to get a good health assessment of where they are, one of the questions that I'll often ask is, how well are you sleeping? And the majority of the people that come in here, maybe it's just because we live in New Jersey, I don't know, but it's a fast-paced life. We're trying to get a lot of things done. Our mind is going in all different directions as well as our body. And the majority of the people that I ask are really not getting proper rest. And so you would ask, what's proper rest, right? How much rest should you get?
Yeah.
Well, the classic is you need 7 to 10 hours of sleep, something like that. Ideally, you want to get 8 hours of sleep. But that still may not be quality sleep. What I find with a lot of our patients is they'll tell me they fall asleep, but they can't stay asleep. So they're up every hour, every 2 hours. Then they have to go to the bathroom. Then they come back. So they never really get into that deep sleep. Now, the reason you need to get into deep sleep, and it's so important, is because when you're sleeping and you're in that stage of deep sleep, that's when your body does most of its healing. You see, during the day, we have to be alert. We have to be concentrating on the things that we're doing, or the phone calls we're making, or the emails that we're responding to, or the work that we're doing, okay, with our vocation. And so our body has to use all that energy and focus on that as well as keeping us alive. But when we go to sleep, something magic takes place, okay? And the good Lord knew that. When you sleep, he says, now I don't have to concentrate on a whole lot of stuff that you did the whole day. I can concentrate on healing your body. And so if you're not getting at least 5 uninterrupted hours of sleep, where you don't wake up to go to the bathroom, or you don't wake up to shut off the TV or whatever, that's when your body will do the best healing. So key is, in my opinion, proper sleep with regard to why you're not getting enough energy.
While you're talking, I'm starting to think about not just being tired all the time. Like, what are some other things that could be going on that I'm not realizing are attributed to lack of sleep?
That is like the $64,000 question, because I'm just focusing on energy. But when you're not getting enough sleep, it affects so many aspects of your health and your body that you cannot believe it. Number one, if you're not getting enough sleep, it is much harder to lose weight, okay? There's just no way you're going to lose weight efficiently, and that's what we see often every day in here. In addition to that, when you're not getting enough sleep, you will put a load on your immune system, which makes you much more vulnerable to allergies, diseases, bacteria, viruses, and things like that. So as you depress that immune system, you get sick, exactly like that. On top of that, you're going to deal with hormonal imbalance, okay? When you're not getting enough sleep, your hormones go into a crazy fit. And so specifically hormones associated with energy, weight loss, immune system, and things like that are going to be disrupted as well. So that's just 3 of what I can give you, probably 10 to 20 more. I mean, if we had the time to do that if you're not getting enough sleep. Another one real quick is an inflammatory response. And that is, again, inflammation is your body's response to a body that's not functioning well. So those are just some of the things. But if you're not getting enough sleep, it's going to affect your health big time.
All right. So a lot of the times when I talk to people and we are talking about like sleep or things of that nature, it just kind of seems like we don't have enough time to sleep. We're really busy. We're trying to do things. So, what are some kind of time tricks? Do you have any time tricks that you can
Well, again, that time factor, okay, and this is what I've noticed, okay, with time, is that nobody has enough time, okay? Nobody. I don't care whether you live in New Jersey or you live in Alaska. If you interview people, nobody has enough time. But it really comes down to how are we managing the time. Because we all get the same amount of time. We all get 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, and I can go on and on, but you get, you don't get any more hours than I get. But it's really the question of how are you managing your time and what's important to you. If you look at your calendar, if you look at your daily schedule, you're going to see what's important to you because that's how you manage your time. Now, for some, it's going to be very busy associated with the gym or work or things like that. For others, they just may be couch potatoes and they're using their time to sit on the couch. So if we were really to answer that question and evaluate it properly, you're going to spend your time on what's important to you. If your health is important to you, okay? If these things are high on your list, then you will basically press into them and give them more time. It's how we manage our time, not that we don't have enough time. And so that's the question that I want everybody to ask themselves. How are you managing your time? Are you using it for the things that are important to you? And if health is important to you, then you have to manage your time to press into that health issue.
It seems like it's kind of like a catch-22. Like you have to kind of give up a little bit of time, a little bit of work right now so that your body can kind of, sounds like it needs to restore so that you can then go ahead and have the energy to do the work you need to do.
I would ask people, and again, I'm not a social media person. I think Leanne will attest to that as she laughs, but I'm not a social media person. But the time that I see that people spend on social media sometimes amounts to hours. Mm-hmm. Now think of that with regard to now placing some of that time, not all of the time, into your health and investing in your health that time rather than on social media. My goodness, we can make a big impact in the way we live in our health.
Even just some, and people think they have to make these radical changes, but it seems like just little bits here and there, little bits here and there.
Yeah, make a big difference. I always tell somebody that's whether they're on a weight loss program, an exercise program, or anything, doing something is better than doing nothing. Mm-hmm. And that's a good one that you can hold on to for the rest of your life. Do something to make a change, but don't do nothing. Awesome. So that's good.
Thanks.
Hey, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure doing these with you. Hopefully we'll do many more that'll help a lot of people because at New Life, what are we here for? Transforming lives to transform the world. And that's what we hope to do. Tell somebody about us. Thanks for joining us and have a very blessed day.
Bye, guys.